Okay, so now we have three more sets of words that are commonly confused, and that's either by the spelling or the pronunciation or just the context in general of the word. And here we have past and past, and here we see two words that are pronounced the exact same, but they're spelled differently, and they mean two completely different things. Past, P-A-S-S-E-D, is a verb form, and it is the past tense of the verb to pass. And you would use it in a sentence like, we passed the exit, so we had to turn around. Remember, it's a verb used in the past tense. Now, P-A-S-T is actually, we've used it over here, saying past tense, so it is either a former time or place, or it's moved to a preceding location. So, if you're saying moved to a preceding location, you might say, we went past the exit, so we had to turn around, instead of saying we passed it as the verb. This is a direct location. Now, if you're using it as a former time or place, you would say, we have met in the past. Now, this is one that gets really, really confusing for a lot of people, and a lot of educated people as well, and it's just something, again, that you have to commit to memory. But this one is supposed to, so this one has a D, and this is suppose. Now, if you're trying to say I'm obligated to, or it's presumed that I'm going to do something, I'm supposed to do something tomorrow, then you always have to have the D there. If you use it as suppose, if you say suppose to, then that's not correct form at all. That's not a word or a phrase. So you always have it as supposed to. I'm obligated to. I'm presumed to. So if you think about it in that sense, just remember the D being there. So, for example, in a sentence, she is supposed to be here early. And you can replace that with obligated or presumed. So when we're saying suppose, that is actually making a guess or a conjecture. And so if you're using it in a sentence, you might say, do you suppose we'll get there on time? You could replace that with the word guess. You guess we'll get there on time. Now, these two words, who and whom, can be really confusing as far as grammar purposes go, and it's things that we learn early on, but it's really easily forgettable. So it's, again, something that you just have to ascribe to your memory. And so whenever we're using the word who, we're using it as a subject or a subject complement, anything that refers to the subject or anything that's referring back to the subject. So, for example, you'd say, John is the man who can get the job done. So if you're thinking about that in terms of the subject complement, you're saying who can get the job done. You can replace that saying John. John is the man. John can get the job done. Now, if you want to use the word whom with an M on the end, it's going to be used in the object place in the sentence. So you would say, whom did Sarah choose as her partner? So if you were rewording that sentence, you could see how it would fit into the direct object position. Replace it with a name like Mitchell. You could say, Sarah chose Mitchell as her partner, and that would be the direct object in that case in the sentence.